What's going on, folks? So I've been wanting to do this video for quite a long time. This is going to be the top 7 performance upgrades you can do on a stock FL350 to give you a lot more power for when you're out there having fun. So the first one is actually a pretty basic one. It's to check the compression of your motor, make sure it's healthy. A good motor should be running about 130 pounds of compression or more. If you're running 120, 125, you're probably okay, but if you're anywhere like in the hundreds, you're probably due for a rebuild. Two-stroke motors are meant to be rebuilt. It's not a big deal. There's a whole video series that I did on that, so you can check that out. Number 2, this is one of the biggest performance upgrades you can do, and that is to get yourself an aftermarket performance pipe. This is a methodical fabricator performance pipe, fantastic pipe. There's a long lead time on them. They're all handmade by Methodical, and so if you order one, it is going to take some time for them to build, but it does amazing things. Now, there are other pipes that were available. There are DG pipes. Back in the day, they were considered a good pipe, but compared to a Methodical pipe, the Methodical is going to give you way more power. There's also a Power Post pipe. We used to sell those about a year and a half ago, but the person who made those, he's no longer making them. And we actually benchmarked the Power Post pipe to Methodical pipe, and the Methodical pipe outperformed it by about 15 to 20%. So top of the line, absolute best pipe you can get is Methodical pipe. All right, so that's number 2, getting a performance pipe. Number 3, this one is a high flow air intake. This is the K&N air filter with our high flow air filter bracket adapter. Now, I like this upgrade for a couple things. One, it's probably one of the most affordable upgrades you can do. The other thing is it really opens up the engine bay here so that you can actually see and work, and also improves the flow of air and everything in this area. So helps a little bit with cooling, gives you a little bit more power, and it's a really kind of affordable upgrade. So that's number 3. Number 4 is upgrading your carburetor. Now, I'm running a 38mm Smart Carb SE2 carburetor. This is a fantastic carburetor. I'm extremely happy with it. I liked it so much, I applied to become a dealer for it. I wouldn't do anything else. I know that there are other carburetors like a Electron, which is kind of a similar technology. These use metering rods. Electron and Smart Carb they share a same family history. As I understand it, Smart Carb is the newer company, and they've kind of incorporated many of the ideas and then expand upon it, improved upon it. Electrons are good carbs too, nothing wrong with them. They do really cool stuff too, but I happen to go with the Smart Carb, and I absolutely love it. The big thing about the Smart Carb is that it's a jetless carburetor. It doesn't require changing of the jets for different altitudes or different temperatures. So if you're going to do a ride at sea level, and then you're going to do another ride maybe a couple weeks later up at like 6,000 feet, typically in a jetted carburetor, to get the most performance, you'd have to change the jets. The Smart Carb is automatically going to compensate for that altitude change and that temperature change. It's the way to go. So I'm extremely happy with it and can't recommend it enough. So that was 1, 2, 3. That was a number 4. I think we're on 4. All right, number 5. With all those upgrades, the thing you got to start looking out for is cooling, because you're putting a lot more power through your motor. So with that, you're going to want to do a water-cooled setup. So we have a water cooling kit, and it comes with, well, you buy them individually, but what we have is our stainless steel radiator mounting bracket. This is a bolt-on solution, so it's real easy to put together. Bolts on down here, the seatbelt bolts, and then up here with these brackets here. Then you have the radiator, of course. And we also have an option to add a fan. So if you're running in the sand dunes like I do all the time, you probably want to run with the fan just so you have a little bit more cooling capacity and everything. So with that, you also need a water-cooled head. This is the aftershock head that we offer. There's also the Rand style head that we also have as well. Both heads are really, really cool. They work really, really well. Cooling your motor is one of the best things you can do to get the best life out of it. So hands down, one of the best upgrades you want to do. All right, so that was number 5, water cooling. All right, so with all of that performance upgrades and everything, the next one, it's not a power upgrade, but it is a performance upgrade, and that's your clutch. So I'm running a Comet 94C clutch, and this is a great bolt-on solution. If you have the stock clutch and it's working fine, don't feel like you got to upgrade it. The stock clutch will work fine, but when that eventually does wear out, the 94C is the way to go. It's the simplest and it's the most affordable. If you want more power and more flexibility, the 102C clutch is the next step up. That clutch allows you to be able to tune things a lot better, so where it engages RPMs and stuff like that, you get a lot more tunability. It is a lot more pricey, and there's a little bit of a lead time on sometimes depending on how many we have in stock. But the 102C is a great upgrade for those people that are racing or want to squeeze the absolute maximum out of their machines. All right, so that was number 6. Now, the last upgrade is not really a bolt-on upgrade, but it is something you can do to the stock motor. Now, we're not talking Rotax stuff or anything like that. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother discussion. But one of the things you can do is you can massage your piston. I'm sorry, your cylinder. You'd also massage your piston too, but you can port your cylinder. Now, I want to show the difference here. On the left here is a mostly stock cylinder, and on the right is a heavily ported cylinder. Now, it's kind of hard to see the differences, but I'm going to point them out here. So notice here, you notice so much materials here, and look how kind of closed that is. And you look over here, see how sharp that edge is? All right, and then see how much more space there is there? That's been opened up. Now the other thing too is look at the holes down there. All right, I know it's going to be hard to see, but compare them over to these holes. These holes are way, way bigger. So this piston, or I'm sorry, this cylinder that's on the right has been worked over heavily in order to open it up and to get more airflow going through it. So this is, I think this is called a, in fact on the top of it, it even says it. It says number 4. I think it's a class 4, it's upside down. This piston here would be for racing. You got to get someone who knows how to do this sort of stuff, and I know 2 people. One is CW Racing in Campbell, California. He's worked on my machines. Really great guy. He was racing Odysseys back in the day, and he's still working on these motors, and he does great things. There's also Methodical Fabricator. He does some really awesome stuff too, and he gets into some of the crazy like big bore setups, all that sort of great stuff. Highly trust him. Both these guys you can't go wrong with. I'm sure there's other people that know how to do this stuff as well, but those are the 2 guys that I trust to work on my motors. One last thing too is that whenever you are upgrading the piston size, you got to make sure that you relieve the exhaust bridge here. That means you got to grind that down. Otherwise, you're going to blow your piston. All right, so that is the 7 top performance upgrades that you can do on a stock FL350. It's not all inclusive. There's definitely some other kind of tricks and things like that that you could do. I'm just trying to give you the things that are readily available that you can get right now. Almost all of these things are available on our website. If you can't find it, you can send us an email and we'll let you know. We do have Methodical. He's doing his stuff, and we have that listed on our website. So he's got his performance upgrades and everything like that. And I'm going to talk to Chris and see if we can get something going with him too, because I really like his work. So anyways, I hope you guys found that helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. That's one of the great ways that you can help support the channel, help us grow, and it helps me to continue doing what I'm doing, which is to bring you guys useful content on your Honda Odyssey. So with that, stay safe and take care.